Hello everyone, welcome to the Galaxie here, and today we're gonna be playing a mini game, I guess I would say. The last case, the disappearance of Amanda Kane, which is, from what I understand, is kind of like a visual novel kind of thing, click and point game. Not so much action, not so much story, more like a follow the story. So let's jump into it. It's gonna be like a chill game, I guess.
Jack stood at the window holding onto a glass of bourbon when the phone rang.
The phone, okay.
He hesitated for a moment, choked down the rest of his drink, and went over to the desk. Some rich guy was looking for his runaway daughter. The money was good, and Jack sure as hell didn't have the luxury of being picky these days. The caller didn't leave him a lot of information to go on. He quickly wrote down two names: Amanda Kane, the daughter, and the Pink Flamingo, some shady bar somewhere in New Harbor. The Pink Flamingo was Jack's best bet, but he had to find out the exact address.
The Pink Flamingo. Wait a second. So we to start the case now.
Jack took the phone book from the shelf. The Pink Flamingo was down in East Village. Definitely not the right neighborhood for a young girl, he thought. It was time to give this classy joint a visit.
Door.
Jack opened the drawer and picked up his gun. His old companion felt heavier than usual. He pulled the slide back and let it snap back into place.
Oh. The door.
Jack opened the door and stepped out of his office. Next stop, the Pink Flamingo.
The Pink Flamingo. Sounds epic.
The streets were quiet. Maybe it was the calm before the storm. Jack was soon to find out.
Oh, the Pink Flamingo.
The place reeked of cigarettes and cheap liquor. Not a place for pink flamingos. Maybe the owner was a bird lover, Jack thought. Two guys were sitting in a corner having a heated discussion about last night's game. Another was passed out on one of the tables.
Yeah.
A drunk was sleeping on one of the tables. Jack had been there, drowning his guilt in booze after his partner's death. He took a seat at the bar and ordered a bourbon. The effect of the last one was slowly wearing off. The barman was a scrawny-looking fella. When Jack asked him about Amanda, he just looked at him and kept on wiping the bar.
Tip jar.
There is no such thing as free information. Jack dropped a 20 in the tip jar. The bartender just pointed at the back door and told Jack to talk to a guy named Samiri. Jack went to the back door and the barman busted the door open. It was never a good sign having to leave a bar through the back door.
Oh, it's cool.
Samiri was fixing an old van that was parked in an alley behind the Pink Flamingo. Jack shouted his name, but received no response. Samiri couldn't hear him over the loud music that was coming from the van's radio. Jack went over and turned the music off. Samiri came out under the van, told Jack to peace off, and went back under.
Typical story. Pull the gun!
A little annoyed, Jack made another attempt to start a conversation. Once again, Samiri turned him down and told him to fuck off. Jack was tired of playing games. He kicked the van as hard as he could. The jackmeter holding up the van almost jumped out of place. He now had Samiri's full attention. He came out under the van, this time with a pipe in his hand. Jack raised his gun and asked Samiri to be so kind as to put the pipe down. He made clear that he wasn't there because of Mr. Fuentes. After a, for the most part, polite conversation, Jack had all the information he needed. People become really chatty as soon as someone holds a gun to their face. Jack was done there and went back to his car.
I felt like the music was overpowered.
Amanda and her boyfriend Trevor were on the run from her father. They had cleared out one of his accounts and had taken off. Jack now had the address of the Lovebirds' hideout, a cabin outside the city. He knew the area quite well. He and Mary went down to Lake Monte a lot before they divorced.
A divorce.
Jack had left the car at the road and was slowly making his way to the cabin. The moon was much brighter than in the city, he thought. The lights in the cabin were out. Nobody seemed to be home. The place was a mess. Chairs in the cabin door were lying scattered around in front of the cabin. Jack went inside to take a closer look. The power was out, and it was too dark for Jack to see anything. He needed to fix the lights somehow.
What? I had to be an electrician too?
Jack once again stepped out into the night.
Fuse box.
The fuse box was completely fried. Under it, Jack found a flashlight that seemed to be working.
Okay. Let's go back.
Jack went inside to take a closer look. Jack was looking around the cabin. It became clear to him that they must have left in a hurry. Maybe Samiri had tipped them off. A strange green light was coming through the windows. Most of the furniture started to float in mid-air. Jack reached for his gun and ran outside. Jack couldn't hear a sound. The green light was pulling him.
What?
Lifting him up into the air.
What?
He was floating over the cabin when he lost consciousness.
Okay, I was not expecting that at all. Big twist. What? Oh, that's it? What? What just happened? What? Okay. I'm so totally confused. The idea was going great, and all of a sudden it gave you like a 360 and turned out like into alien abduction, and the guy just disappeared into the oh, I guess that's why it's called The Last Case. He got kidnapped by aliens. All done. Okay, well, that was The Last Case. Thank you so very much for watching. Tino Galaxie here. Until the next time. Wow, that's cool.